A package of bills rewriting Louisiana's tax structure is headed to Governor Jeff Landry's desk for his signature. State lawmakers wrapped up a whirlwind special session on taxes more quickly than expected. Now here's a look at how those changes will impact everyone in the state.
We now stand at the threshold of a new era for Louisiana, having just concluded a historic tax reform session.
Governor Jeff Landry's overarching goal for tax reform, stemming the tide of Louisianians leaving the state and making Louisiana more business-friendly.
We came into this session wanting to accomplish 4 major things. To give everyone in Louisiana a tax cut, so you spend less of your money to fund this government. We wanted to make our state more competitive, so we attract more jobs and have higher wages. We want to fix the fiscal cliff and provide our teachers a much-deserved pay raise. And we want to simplify our tax code, eliminating special interest loopholes, and give us more sustainable budget.
Lawmakers voted to put more money back into the pockets of Louisianians by passing a flat income tax rate of 3% and tripling the standard deduction.
It increases the standard deduction for a single person from $4,500 to $12,500. So a married couple would not pay any income taxes on their first $25,000 of taxable income.
The personal income tax savings comes with an increase in sales tax. Lawmakers voted to raise the state sales tax rate to 5% for 5 years, solidifying Louisiana's status as having the country's highest combined sales tax rate at more than 10%.
This is a big, bold package of reforms. On net, we think it's a very good day for Louisiana families, for businesses, for economic growth. There's a few things that got left on the side this time. The first is the automatic phase out of the personal income tax. If we're to be competitive with our neighbors.
What kind of grade would you give this tax session?
Well, I'm going to be generous and give it a D-. I think from our perspective at Invest in Louisiana, this was not something they needed to come in and do in November. We have a whole regular session coming up in the spring that's supposed to be devoted to tax and budget policies. We have the 10th most regressive tax system in the country here in Louisiana. That sales tax falls the hardest on low and moderate income families that tend to spend all of what they take in income. It falls less hard on high-income families, and we're doing this in the service of cutting income taxes.
Lawmakers voted to boost sales tax revenue with the addition of digital items, including apps, streaming services, software, digital books, and music. Companies and corporations doing business in Louisiana also got a tax break. Lawmakers voted to lower corporate income taxes to a flat rate of 5.5% from the highest rate of 7.5%.
Is this setting us up for our employers to be able to create jobs and thrive in the communities?
Yeah, absolutely, Senator Womack. I mean, by making our businesses more profitable, it gives them the chance to hire more people. And being last is not where we want to be as far as the highest rates in the South. You know, for so many times, Louisiana is an outlier. This puts us in a competitive place.
The tax reform package also eliminates corporate franchise taxes.
The corporate franchise tax in particular is just a punishing tax. It's basically a cover charge for the pleasure of doing business in the state of Louisiana. And as we modeled this, our economists modeled this, that had the single biggest impact on economic growth, eliminating the corporate franchise tax.
Most of the benefits of this tax cut for corporations are going to go to corporations and their shareholders, and most of those shareholders don't live in Louisiana.
We fixed the fiscal cliff by cutting state debt. In turn, we were able to give our teachers a permanent pay raise, a much-deserved win for our unsung heroes.
Lawmakers voted to give a permanent pay raise of $2,000 to teachers and $1,000 to support workers. The pay raise essentially makes permanent the temporary pay stipend in effect for the last 2 years. It's tied to voter approval of a constitutional amendment that provides the funding for paying down teacher retirement debt.
I'm Happy to say that with our new Louisiana Forward Playbook, Louisiana will now be on the playing field.
And to level that playing field for Louisiana, its citizens and businesses, lawmakers must balance the budget without cutting essential services, a task they take up in the regular legislative session in April 2025 that's limited to fiscal matters.